Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I think? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
Greetings viewers and subscribers.
Why is the singer man of the cake and him something there? Party and candle blow and all them things. Earth strong drinking. The backlar, is it? Create something and bridging them drink and turn up. I want a vibe. Can we give thanks to life? Give thanks to their earth and give thanks to Mama have a safe birth. Drink and...
So, just in case you missed it, we have restarted the greetings segment. If you have any birthday or wedding anniversary greetings to send us a WhatsApp message to 876-458-9111. Send us the message the day before the date for the greetings. If you are sending us a voice note, please type the word birthday or anniversary in the message. Alright? Now, in the news today, this one took place yesterday afternoon. Friday, May 31, about some minutes to 2 o'clock. It took place at Truro District in the Burn Savannah area of Westmoreland. We are learning that fire was seen coming from a 6-apartment board and concrete house. The house was owned by a 40-year-old lady. She and her 2 sons, aged 11 and 5 years old, used to live at that house. We are told that none of them were at the house at the time. The fire department was contacted, but by the time a unit from the Negril fire station arrived, they were only able to do cooling down operation because the house and all its contents, valued at over 6 million Jamaican dollars, were completely destroyed by fire. An investigation is being done to ascertain what could have caused this fire. Sad indeed. And talking about fire, the Central Village Police in the parish of St. Catherine, they have arrested and charged Jamal Robinson. He is 27 years old and he's living at Sam Shop in the Windsor Heights area of Central Village. Our information is that Jamal, he's having mental issues. Earlier this year, Jamal, he threatened to kill his 34-year-old sister who is a nurse. He also threatened her to burn down her house and burn up her car. We are told that both of them, they had an altercation and both of them started pushing each other. They were separated and the nurse, she went into the house. Jamal, her brother, he then set her white 2001 Honda Stream motorcar on fire. As a result, a report was made and Jamal, he was arrested and charged by the police for arson and malicious destruction of property. So, he'll be going to the courts shortly. In this next report, in yesterday's video, I told you about an accident that took place along the Granville Main Road in the parish of Trelawney. A 40-year-old man named Winston Clarke. He was riding a bike and he failed to keep it on his left. As a result, the bike collided head-on into a black Toyota Voxy. At the end of the report I gave you yesterday, I told you that both the bike and the Toyota Voxy, they were extensively damaged, but I did not show you how extensively damaged they were. Look on your screen. That is the bike that Winston was riding, and in the background is the Toyota Voxy that he collided into. If you look on your screen now, there is a closer look of the Voxy. Based on the extent of the damage, there is no doubt that flying did a go on. Yes, man, I said flying, not driving. The bike or the Voxy, or both the bike and the Voxy, them did a fly. Boy, may I tell you. Now, this next incident, it took place yesterday morning. Friday, May 31, about 10:30. It took place at Pearl Island in the Grange Hill area of Westmoreland. We are learning that a man, his name is Randall Gray, but he was popularly known as Ren. On August 28th coming up, Ren, he would be celebrating his 39th birthday. He was a farmer and he lived at Truro district in the Burn Savannah area of Westmoreland. We are told that Ren, he was among a group of farmers at Pearl Island when two hoodlums rode up on a motorcycle. One of them was armed with a shotgun and the other one was armed with a pistol. The hoodlums, they came off the bike and they walked up to Ren. They opened gunfire at him. Ren, he tried to run, but he was hit. He collapsed and fell. The hoodlums, they then made good their escape on the said motorcycle. Ren, he received gunshot wounds to his neck and his head, and he ended up dying on the spot. The police, they were called, and when they processed this crime scene, 1 12-gauge and 3 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. And still in Westmoreland. This one took place last night. Friday, May 31, about 7:15. It took place at M&A Minimart at Ricketts River in the Frome Police area in the parish of Westmoreland. We are learning that a 68-year-old mason, his name is Ansford Scott, and he lived at Ricketts River. He was sitting outside the said Minimart. A lady who sells in the Minimart, she was inside attending to customers. We are told that a hoodlum entered the Minimart posing as a customer. He ordered 1 cigarette and he was served by the lady. He then went outside, went to the left side of the building to the side door that was opened and entered the Minimart. The hoodlum, he then pulled a gun and pointed it at the lady and demanded money. The lady, she showed the hoodlum where the money was and he picked it up. 68-year-old Mr. Ansford Scott, who was sitting on the outside, he realized what was happening, so he entered the Minimart through the said door that the hoodlum entered through. When Mr. Scott entered the Minimart, the hoodlum, he put the gun to Mr. Scott's head and squeezed 3 times. Mr. Scott, he fell to the ground and the hoodlum, he ran out of the shop, making good his escape on foot in the area. Mr. Scott, who was shot in his head, he died on the spot. The police, they were called, and when they processed this crime scene, 3 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. In this next report, Hellgate in the Montpelier area of Hanover. I have carried lots of reports about what is taking place there. The hoodlums, they are now targeting the fathers and the uncles. A guy named Baggio. His name has been called many times on this channel in the bloodletting that is taking place. Yesterday afternoon, Friday, May 31, about 4:45, Baggio's father. His name is Brian Grizzle, but he was popularly known as Gladbag or Sammy. He was a 53-year-old laborer living at Hellgate. We are told that Gladbag, he was heading home from work, but hoodlums who are in a conflict with his son, they were waiting on him. The hoodlums, they opened gunfire at Gladbag. He managed to run off towards his home, but he was hit. He fell over a fence. He received gunshot wounds to his upper body and he ended up dying on the spot. The police, they were called, and when they processed this crime scene, 10 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button as also. Hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that whenever we drop a new video, you'll be one of the first to be notified. In the final story for today, listen me carefully now. Listen up. On this channel, whenever it's possible, we love to go back into history. In other words, we love to give you the back stories so that you can better understand where we are now. Sometimes, whenever we are giving the back stories, there are some folks commenting that I should get to the point. Well, let me tell you something. If you don't like how we do things over here, so what good? Got it? On Wednesday night, September 13 last year, that man on your screen, his name is Milton Campbell, but he was popularly known as Captain. Captain was 45 years old at the time. He was shot and killed in some deep bushes in the hills of a place named Maros in the Wittarn area of Westmoreland. So, after Captain was shot and killed, persons in the area, they started to speculate as to who it was that killed Captain. When I carried the story about Captain's killing last year, someone made that comment under the video I posted. The comment is on your screen. The person said, the person that killed Captain, his name is Text. His brother name is Ricochin. Text killed Captain over stolen goat, and he said he's now going for the son of Eve. That one name is Travis. The person ended the comment by saying, the mayhem continues. So the person who was referred to as Text in the comment, his correct name is Ricardo Warren. On March 17, just gone, he celebrated his 37th birthday and he lived at Lagwood in the Wittarn area of Westmoreland. Tex, he was a farmer who reared pigs, cattle and goats, and from time to time, his animals were being stolen. We are told that Tex, he installed a camera system at his home and he found out that it was Captain who was stealing his animals. So, after Captain was killed, it is alleged that Tex, he could be heard telling folks in the Wittarn community that he was the one who had shot and killed Captain. It is said that he was also boasting that he killed others in the community before and he was gonna kill more. This did not go down well with some relatives and friends of Captain. On the morning of Wednesday, October 4 last year, at minutes to 7 o'clock, Tex, he took his son to a school in the area. On his way back, he stopped at a shop owned by his baby mother because he wanted to do some work on that shop. It is said that he went into a yard next door the shop to ask for something. While he was in the yard talking to someone, a hoodlum with a gun in his hand came from behind the house. Tex, he saw the hoodlum and he ran off. The hoodlum, he then opened gunfire at Tex, hitting him to his left side and his upper back. The hoodlum, he then made good his escape. We are told that not many persons in the area were willing to assist Tex to hospital. He was eventually assisted by police officers at the Wittarn police station to the Savannah Lamar Hospital. Tex, he gave the police officers the name of the guy who he said shot him. There is the guy on your screen. His name is Zane Webster, but popularly known as Goofy. He is 30 years old, and he is from Morris in the Withorn area of Westmoreland, but he was living at Yorkbush in the Mount Carey area of St. James. Goofy, he was out on bail for murder. It is alleged that on Tuesday afternoon, August 25, 2020, Goofy and his brother, Oshane Webster, also known as Terry, they attacked and stabbed to death that man on your screen. His name is Karlenus Barnes, but he was popularly known as Laughie. Laughie, he was a truck driver and he lived in the same Morris area of Withorn in the parish of Westmoreland. So, like I said, Goofy, he was on bail for that murder, and due to the conditions imposed by the judge in granting him bail, he was living at Mount Carey in St. James, and he was reporting on condition of bail at the Anchovy police station. On Saturday, October 7 last year, Goofy and his brother Terry, they went to the Anchovy police station to report on condition of bail. Goofy, he was taken into police custody and he was sent back to the parish of Westmoreland, where he was charged for shooting and wounding Tex. That matter is still before the courts. Early yesterday morning, Friday, May 31, about a few minutes to 7 o'clock, Ricardo Warren, also known as Tex, he was driving his 2002 Toyota Premio motor car along the Burnt Ground main road in the parish of Hanover. He was heading towards Montego Bay. We are told that a motorcycle with a male and a female rode up. The male, he pulled a gun and opened a barrage of gunshots, hitting Tex to his chest and his neck. Tex, in trying to escape, he drove his car to a nearby community. The male and the female hoodlums on the bike, they then made good their escape. The police, they were called and they took Tex out of the car and transported him to the Cornwall Regional Hospital. We are told that Tex, he spoke to the police on the way to the hospital and he was able to name the person who opened gunfire at him. He died moments later in hospital whilst he was being treated. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 11 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. Now, at 7:15 last night, Friday, May 31, there was a reprisal attack for the killing of Tex. This reprisal attack took place at Wallis Bar in the Morris area of Withorn in the parish of Westmoreland. We are told that a group of persons, they were in the bar watching a movie when a hoodlum, who is said to be associated with Tex, he walked up, pulled a gun and opened gunfire at the persons in the bar. He then made good his escape on foot in the area. When the smoke was clear, it was discovered that a 53-year-old man, he received gunshot wounds to his left hand and his left leg, whilst a 58-year-old man, he received gunshot wounds to his right hand. The police, they were called and they transported both men to hospital where they were treated and admitted. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 3 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and KlL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. Just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. sunshine or